Hello, Godzilla here. Welcome to a late night ranking of every Godzilla Kaiju. I legit just saw Chris's video, legit right after starting the stream, and me have to cash grab that idea and just milk. Hopefully, Chris doesn't watch this video later on and just sues me after literally making the same live stream. God, he doesn't sue me. I can smell sue. I can smell a lawsuit a mile away. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm using the same tier list that Chris made. So we got all the kaijus. Well, almost all of them. He's missing a lot of monster sightings on here, like Methuselah for some reason. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, now we're gonna rank every kaiju on here, starting with Godzilla. Pains me to say this, but I just don't love Godzilla. He's F. He's the worst. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I had to make the same joke because I did find that in the video. That'll be published to my reaction that I'm publishing later on. Probably uploading at the same time this video comes out. This live stream comes out. So people from the future, you are watching me do a reaction. Of the same making list. And it's a very anyway. Anyway. Moving on. Godzilla S, pure S. He's come on, why wouldn't he be S? Is there enough said has already been said about Godzilla before? Come on. Why wouldn't he be an S? It just makes obvious sense. Come on. It's plain facts. Godzilla S automatically. And coming in and Anguirus. What? S. Same. He's best kaiju out there, but yeah, S. Perfect. Just yeah, I love Anguirus. I know there might be a minority of fans that don't like Anguirus, but I just love him. He is awesome. I even love him in the most controversial take. I do love the Gigantus version of Anguirus. I love Anguirus from Godzilla Raids again. I even love that Anguirus. I just love Anguirus. He's easy the most popular monster out there. I just love him. Best kaiju. He is awesome to play on the toy pipework games. And yeah, I love him. Kong, on the other hand, oh boy. This is a quite controversial take. It's gonna be quite controversial. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like him. Kong, awesome, cool, but I wouldn't say he's great. The only reason why he's in B because I do think he's a bit overrated. I do think Kong's a bit overrated in my opinion. I think he's the most overrated kaiju out there. And technically not a Godzilla kaiju, technically, even though he's only appeared in like what 2 Godzilla movies so far, 3. He's only appeared in like 3 Godzilla movies, so eh. Doesn't really matter. He's only appeared like what 3 Godzilla movies compared to Anguirus and Kong. I just find him not that interesting. I do love Kong, don't get me wrong. I just find the only reason why I put him in B is because he's a bit overrated, in my opinion. I do like him. I just don't think he's one of the great and one of the best and one of the kaijus I love. Don't get me wrong, I love this kaiju, but I wouldn't put him up there with my favorites. Yeah, I wouldn't put him up. I wouldn't put him up on that top 10 list. Not even close. With that said, who would I put in my top 10 list? Well, 10 of these guys are probably going to be in there. So, Mothra. I don't know why he used that version of Mothra, but sure, Mothra. S. Pure S. I love Mothra. I know she's overutilized way too much, but can you blame them? It's such an iconic monster. There's a reason why she's in the big five for a reason. She's so iconic. The movie that she's in is so good. And it was perfect. That movie, I love Mothra from 1961. Actually, there is no bad Mothra movie except for Eberhard Deep. The only duds that Mothra was in Godzilla and Mothra Battle for Earth and Godzilla and Eberhard Deep. Those were the only 2 bad Mothra movies, in my opinion. And really, most of the movies that Mothra's in are pretty good. So when Mothra shows up, you know it's going to be a good movie. But with that said, Rodan. Pretty controversial. Okay. If this was just the Heisei version of Rodan, he would be an S. If it was just the Heisei version and the Millennium version of Rodan, that would be an automatic S. But since we're talking about Rodan as a whole, ow, my fucking finger. Okay, dislocated it. B. Yeah, I know that's pretty controversial. Rodan should be an S. But I like him as a character, but when it comes to incarnations, this is a totally different story. Rodan would probably, the Heisei and Millennium Rodan would probably be an S. But Rodan as a whole, I like. Yeah. And before you say, what about the Monsterverse Rodan? No, also not a controversial sake. I think Rodan was kind of cool when he showed up, but when he immediately fought Ghidorah, he was ruined. Yep, as soon as he met Ghidorah, he was ruined. He was cool when he showed up, but as soon as he fought Ghidorah, he was ruined. Yep, pretty controversial. And speaking of Ghidorah, I hate him. I just hate him. I'm just kidding. He's an S. And if I had to pick, and Monster vs. Ghidorah, best Ghidorah. Best incarnation of Ghidorah, period. Out of that version of Ghidorah. He's basically the most powerful kaiju that we got in the entire franchise. He can literally terraform the planet to his own liking. That's how powerful this guy is. Yeah, that's pretty OP. If he can terraform the weather to his own liking, he can literally cause storms around the world. That's insane. It's insane that he's able to cause storms around the world just by his mere presence and awakening. That's pretty OP. But with that said, Ghidorah easily peak when it comes to kaiju designs. But with that said, who would I put? What would I put? Would I put Ebba? Let's just put Ebba, Giant Condor, Mola, Kamakuras, and Kumonga, and yeah, I just hate them. I'm not a big fan of them. Nope. Do not like any of them. Because they're from my least favorite Godzilla movies. Okay, maybe I'll give Minya a pass because he was in Final Wars, and to be fair, Final Wars Minya is a bit funny. But I still don't like him. Ebba, I want to eat. Makes me hungry. It's a giant fucking shrimp lobster thingy that makes me want to eat it. But I don't know. I just don't like Ebba in his movie. His movie's so bland and boring. Giant Condor is just bad. Just bad. No, just bad. Just no. Just no. No. Just no. Just no. Kamakuras, Kumonga pretty much have the same feeling on. They're just giant bugs. Not much you can do with them. Yeah, they're cool, but there's not very much I could say on them. They're just bugs that I don't like. They're just not very interesting, and I find nothing interesting about them besides the puppetry that's on them. But they're not very cool at all. I don't love them. As for Varen, Embergon, Manda, Gorsaurus. I probably have the same feeling that Chris has on Varen. I'm indifferent because Destroy All Monsters, Varen doesn't do anything, and the movie that he's from have mixed feelings on. So don't really care much about Varen. Baragon, on the other hand, great, perfect, especially GMK Baragon. My God, the suit active for freaking Baragon is so funny. Ah, ah, ah. I just love watching the behind the scenes of that film, especially when Baragon's on. Manda from Ashgon, which I've still yet to see, but well, from what I've heard, Manda really doesn't do anything in the movie, so don't really care much about Manda. And Manda gets his ass handed to him pretty easily in Final Wars, so don't really care much about Manda. Gorsaurus, A. But yeah, great. Maybe not my favorite kaiju out of the franchise, but he's an awesome kaiju. I just love Godzilla. The thing I remember most about him is watching him in the Show Monsters, and how he just does a kangaroo kick on King Ghidorah's back and just gets him to the ground. And I think, and for some reason, I always thought Godzilla and Godzilla were like buddies in previous films. Like, yeah. It was like, yeah, let's go. Like, I always find them as buddies. I don't know. I just find them as a cool duo. Get Geba. Also, don't love. Hate. Hate on the most profound word possible. Same could be said for Hidora. Hate. I think Hidora and Geba are probably my least favorite kaijus in the entire franchise. And Hidora is pretty controversial because I know there's a lot of fans of Hidora. And a lot of people love Hidora. I'm just not one of them. I'm just not. I'm not one of the people who love Hidora. I can see the lightness of Hidora, but I'm just not one of them. Maybe there's an alternate version of me that loves Hidora, and maybe there's an alternate version of me that somehow loves Geba. I don't know how. But, okay, me up at Geba. And it's like, because I do have soft spot for Geba's bad days, but Hidora, no, just no. I don't like Hidora. Gigan, on the other hand, I'm gonna put him in front of Godzilla because I love Gigan even more than Godzilla, to be honest. Yeah, that's not me lying. I love Gigan more than Godzilla. I'm kidding, of course, because I'll always be my favorite. Gigan, number 2. Megalon. Oof, also not a controversial take. Don't love Megalon. Well, I'm gonna put him in C just for one reason. If it wasn't for the Gemstone short, I would be indifferent on them. Because Megalon in the Gemstone short is awesome. But Megalon from the movie he came from. Not the biggest fan of. And Jaguar is the only savior of that movie. I love Jaguar. Great character. Just perfect. I just love Jaguar. And Mechagodzilla. I'm just gonna put him in front of. And my favorite version of Mechagodzilla is Kaijiu, but we already know that. King Caesar. I'm indifferent on. I know that's a controversial take, but I just don't know how I think of King Caesar. I do love Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. I love the final battle, but King Caesar just feels shoehorned in. It just feels like he was there at the last second, just to have a choice, just like having a choice. Kaiju. And not the, I don't know, King Caesar doesn't look appealing to me. I just don't like him for some reason. I don't know what it is. I just have mixed feelings on him. And Titanosaurus. I like. I don't know. I know he has an annoying roar, but I just love his character and development. I like Titanosaurus. I wouldn't say I love him or think he's a great. I don't think he's like S tier on the top 10. But I love Titanosaurus. Violence. Titanosaurus, and as the final monster in the Showa, he is a pretty tragic monster. Not wanting to be evil, he's just under my control. And then we get to Biollante. Peak Showa. Peak. Speak. Yes, she doesn't do much in the movie, but just look at that design. That design is so awesome. Just look how cool that design is. Also, Dora. Let's just put that in. Dislike it. What? No. Megan King Ghidorah. This is going to be a controversial take, but I don't dislike Ghidorah. It's just because as cool he is and how cool it is to have a mecha version of Mecha King Ghidorah, the only problem is he is pretty weak. Yep, he's weak. Godzilla's arch nemesis, an upgraded version of Godzilla's arch nemesis, loses to Godzilla pretty easily, gets his ass handed to him in his own fight, and even loses to Godzilla. And he was supposed to be the hero of this movie. All hero, everybody. Yay! And Batra, put it as one of the greats. Yeah, put it up there. Space Godzilla. Batra is probably the most iconic monster in the Heisei era. It probably has the best design and just pretty much cough Maffa. Batra. But yeah, Space Godzilla. Put up as one of the greats. Mugira. Don't really like. Actually, I hate Mugira, to be honest. Don't really like Mugira. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Mugira. I'm just not. Just not the biggest fan of Mugira. Just, I don't know what it is. I just don't like the design. It's a cool design, but in presentation wise, I'm not rooting for it. It just performs in the worst way possible. It's just a bootleg Godzilla. That's what it feels like, a bootleg Godzilla. And Godzilla Jr., a way better version. I think he's one of my favorites. I love Godzilla Jr. He's peak, the best. I just love him. He's what the Godzilla era should have been. He's what the Showa Godzilla-san should have been, and it's way better. And I'm glad they're continuing his story with the Gemstone projects, with the Gigan Red Short and Godzilla's Megalon Short. Also, Destroyer, why'd you have to go, Junior? You bastard. You maniac. You monster. You monster. You burnt it up. Darn you. Darn you. Yeah. So I might put Rodan in great. Nah, but I might. Nah, that's be. Also, Zilla. Let's just put him down here, along with his son. We don't speak of Zilla. Zilla's annoying. So it's his son. Olga, put him in great. He's probably the best original design. Zilla, don't give a he can go right now. Same for his son. Except for Zergin, he was pretty cool. This is gonna be pretty controversial, but Mechagearus, Monster Rats, and Kaiser Ghidorah, I love. I know. I'm a fan for Mechagearus. I love Mechagearus. I just don't know what it is. I just love the design. And yes, it's a bug kaiju, but it looks awesome. It looks like an awesome bug kaiju, and it's so cool looking. Look how cool this thing, and look at the design. It is so awesome. Yet it did have the most annoying level on the PS2 game. Double trouble. Double trouble. Double trouble. Double trouble. When I had to face against, oh god, I remember that level. If you play the Wii version, you play Titanosaurus and Mechagearus, but on the, oh god, that level. Not only I had to face Obsidius, I had to face Mechagearus and Titanosaurus, Mechagearus, King Ghidorah, and Obsidius, and they all kicked my ass. I got stuck on that level for so long. Oh god. I hate that level. But Mechagearus I do love. But that level was so annoying. Oh god. Oh god. Actually, made me switch places for Olga and Mechagearus because I do think Olga is probably the better one of the two. Even though Megaguus has the better fight, I do think Olga is probably the better kaiju. Serve him. Hate. Hate. Don't really care about these things. Muto. Love. Behemoth. Indifferent. Indifferent. Doug, don't care about. Skullcrawler. Love. Don't care about. Don't care about. Oh boy, this is gonna be very, very controversial. Very, very controversial. Kinko, the son of Kong, I don't know how I feel about because we don't know anything about him. But as for Skull King and Shimu, the words I have to say about these two. Skull King and Shimu. So what kind of name is Shimu? That sounds like a freaking condition that you well, that kind of soap product. What the hell? Also, Skull King. Also, Skull King doesn't seem to be prepared. This movie negative. He's got to sing prepared. I don't know. Why did he give him the name Skull King? Also, just look at this guy. A bald ass Kong. Are you telling me this isn't as villain? Compared to the previous two big bads of the. Let's compare it to the previous two big bads of the series. We had Ghidorah, a monster can terraform the entire planet to his liking. Mechagodzilla, a monster that wiped the floor with Godzilla, and had to have Kong and Godzilla team up against him in order to beat him. And then we got these two, who are pretty pathetic. Skull King, hate. To a grain of salt. I don't think he's going to be interesting at all. Okay, I'll give him a pass. I don't hate him. No, I hate him. I hate him. I'm sorry. And Shimu, I hate him too. I'm sorry. It's just the design. Why they make him look like that? Just why? Why they make you look like that? It looks so bad. Just why? Why they make you look like that? You look so bad. And if you look at his mouth, when it opens, he has no teeth. He has gums. And before you say, oh, but maybe he has a jaw of a snappy turtle, or maybe he bites hard. But, okay. This is not a turtle. This is a lizard. Not a turtle. A lizard. Lizards have teeth. This thing has no teeth. It's basically just a grandpa with no teeth. So what is this thing gonna do? Gnome Godzilla to death? Like, seriously? These two villains are just pathetic. Just pathetic. And just no. Just no. This isn't. Yeah, no. Just no. No. And that's pretty much my rankings of every Godzilla Kaiju. Also, if you're wondering where I put the Monsterverse Titans, probably let's see. Yeah, I probably agree with Chris. The Monsterverse Titans were probably wasted opportunity. Well, me for the exception of Behemoth, I'll probably put Behemoth in B because I do like the design. But besides Behemoth, the rest are just wasted opportunity. Because they don't really do anything with them. And all of these kaijus, wasted potential. Just wasted potential. Man, I got so many kaijus in here. Okay, let me put 7 because maybe this movie wasn't bad, but I don't think he was the worst kaiju. But yeah, it's yeah. Yep, that pretty much does it for my ranking of every Godzilla monster. Please be triggered by this list. Be triggered. Just as much as I was triggered with this. With that said, this is Goji signing off. And remember, stay. Remember, stay big, G fans.